Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, big hopes and dreams as we cover our kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the pod, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the thing. So do it for Deuce and Mo.
We are live! It's been a minute since we've done a live stream, so we thought, why not? On a Sunday night, when nothing's happening in the NBA, we go live!
Yeah! Yeah!
Happy Sunday. Dude, first off, what's up, everybody? Hey. Forgot to do this thing.
Which thing?
This whole, gimmick.
What?
I usually pause in between the things.
Oh!
Guess you forgot too, huh? What's up, Jet? Appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Yeah.
Happy Sunday!
Happy Sunday. What are days anyway?
Yeah, days are nothing, but this weather every day feels like Saturday.
Dude, the weather in Sacramento this year?
Elite.
Let's just start the podcast. I want to make
Why
it a part
are
of
you
it.
making those noises?
I don't know. I'm excited. Do some more coming down. 3, 2, 1. Actually, pause. Shout out to you guys hanging out with us. You guys are here hanging out with us on the Sunday. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. We'll get to your messages too. Do some more podcast coming down. 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Hey, welcome into the Deuce and Mo podcast. Recording this on a Sunday evening, July 27th, 2025. Hi, I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan doing a live stream.
I know.
In the middle of the summertime. It felt good to do it, of course, as always, presented by our friends over at Santebo Vineyards and Winery. Morgan Reagan, what's up?
Hi. I love that we are doing this live because I know you were debating that first. You were like, oh, should we do it live or should we just I'm like, do it live. Do it live.
I'm cool
on a
with that.
Sunday.
Yeah.
You know,
the thing, it's not like, oh my God, I don't want to go live. It's just picking the right time to go live. And it's like, just don't overthink it. Just go live and people can watch later. And that's all
it.
that matters.
That's all
or listen, whatever.
Especially when there's no schedule in the summer for us. It's like, it is when it is, and that's why we usually record and don't go live. I'm like, screw it, just go live. You know how much fun it is to just watch live things on YouTube? Do you know how much fun that is?
So fun. Well, we do have a lot to get to today, believe it or not. We haven't really done any podcasting besides our members only thing since Summer League. We have some Summer League stuff. There's more Jonathan Kuminga rumors, Russell Westbrook rumors. Where do you want to start today?
Oh, don't ask me. Don't ask me that. Like, you just have to kind of go.
Okay.
And this is where if we were just recording, you'd be like, you would yell at me, and then we'd cut that
How
out.
do we do it? 3, 2, 1. I find it funny that almost a month ago, we were talking about Jonathan Kuminga and Russell Westbrook, and here we are with the same shit. Yeah. And it seems like maybe every week and a half now, there's a little more like, hey, there's still some noise about this in Sacramento. It's just been a weird free agency period, especially with Jonathan Kuminga. And then you got the Vegas odds out there. Russell Westbrook, the odds on favorite to land in Sacramento.
I don't do much with odds. You know that.
Well, let's start with Kuminga.
Okay.
Because there were some interesting things this week. Some reporting from ESPN's Anthony Slater, now with ESPN, saying that Kuminga is not ready to accept any offer with the Golden State Warriors yet. That Kuminga had contact with the Kings last week, talked to Scott Perry, BJ Armstrong, and Doug Christie for the first time, and apparently liked what he heard. Okay. And that he is open-minded about the idea of Sacramento. So that's number one.
Okay.
Number two, The Athletic recently polled 16 people who work in rival front offices. They were granted anonymity in exchange for their candor. Answers range that they think Kuminga could fetch between 17 and 25 million. What?
Rewind. They were what? Granted, what?
Anonymity.
I know. It just for their candor, just all
for their honesty, man.
I know.
You're gonna be honest. You just tell us what you think.
And I just like all of those. It just sounded very like, hey, we'll make this trade if you give me your pure honesty. It just sounded really funny. The verbiage of it. Okay.
I'm glad you stopped me there. Definitely essential to do that.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Kuminga answers on Kuminga. They said this contract would range between 17 to 25 million annually. That mean average would be around 20.4. One executive suggested a 2-year contract. 10 mentioned 3-year contracts. 4 people said 4 years, and one fan of Kuminga's game suggested that the largest deal that would make sense would be 5 years, 125. So a lot to go over there. Where, believe it or not, just like the fans of the Warriors feel, very mixed with Jonathan Kuminga. Where do you stand on Jonathan Kuminga potentially as a member of the Sacramento Kings?
I don't know. It's like I was just asked this literally this morning. I was doing a Valkyries game, and Jacob Toby, who calls games for the San Antonio Spurs, was asking me, and I was like, I don't know, because I just don't know what I feel like about this team at all still. And I think I've heard a lot of other people's opinions, and some people feel so strongly about different aspects of his game, and so they're excited about it. And then other people, are talking more about the contract and the finance side of things. And for me, I'm just looking at this next year for the Sacramento Kings like, what are you? So I just get afraid of any kind of commitment or too much change right now, because I just don't know what this team is or what direction it wants to go. Now, how do you feel?
Well, Kuminga, the player, is intriguing. And I spent a great deal of time watching Kuminga clips when this first came out like a month ago. And then talking to people who've covered the Warriors, been up close with it. And you're right, it's just completely mixed. But I find it funny that if he were to sign with Sacramento, he would be their youngest player. And
seriously?
He's entering, year 5 in the NBA. That's pretty crazy.
Okay.
He'd be their youngest player at 22 years old. I'm not one of those that's going to like, oh my God, Kuminga, you do it. It's a game changer. My thing with Kuminga is why not? And I think that how the Kings have gone about this has been kind of the right way. Don't play desperate here. Put a number on it. Or how much do you want to risk on Jonathan Kuminga? And I think, to be honest with you, Kuminga's not going to get paid what he wants.
Okay. Well, then
I think it's more in that $15 to like $20 million range.
Then I'm down for the ride.
And to me, that's a gamble that you would take if you could execute it.
It's a no-brainer.
But the problem with it is this is such a complicated thing. It takes 3. You have to have 1, Kuminga has to be down to go to Sacramento.
Okay.
The Kings have to be down to go get him, right? And give him that money. But they also have to get the Warriors on board with the trade, because the only way the Kings could get Kuminga is via a sign and trade, because they don't have the cap space to do it. So that complicates stuff. And we've all seen like the rumors of what the reported deal was, which was like Saric, Devin Carter, and like a 2nd round pick. Someone said it could be a lightly protected or a protected lottery pick. I don't know what the Warriors are trying to accomplish here. Like Kuminga, you've had him for 4 years now. He's been on this yo-yo with them. Sometimes it's full force. Oh, we believe in him in the future. And I think Lacob likes him a lot. And then there's other times where he's getting DNPs in playoff games. And so now it seems like he's just kind of in this no man's land where it's like he doesn't want to go to Golden State because they're not going to make him a priority. He's just not going to be. They've got Jimmy Butler, they got Steph and Draymond. It probably doesn't make much sense. And they probably don't want to invest a shit ton in him either. So for him, I think it makes more sense to go to a situation, whether it's Sacramento, maybe even Phoenix has been mentioned too, to go to a place where he can at least get more opportunity to get his. But then I start thinking about Sacramento. I'm go,
Opportunity?
what's that look like? Because let's just play fantasy land right now. Let's say the Warriors like, all right, we're so over this. Kings, we'll take Devin Carter, Saric, and a protected first round pick. You can have Kuminga. But are there other moves happening? Every time I hear about Kuminga, I hear about Westbrook, I go, okay, what are the other moves then? Because for Kuminga right now, if you're signing him, he should be a starter. He should be a guy that's probably right next to Keegan Murray. You move Keegan Murray to the 3. You put Kuminga at the 4. You get younger, more athletic, but you still have DeMar DeRozan on the team. You still have Levine on the team. You still need to find ways to get Keegan opportunity to score. You still need to get Keon Ellis opportunity. So that's where I kind of struggle with, like, is this, if they end up landing Kuminga, does this set off like a chain reaction of other moves where like, oh, Monk gets moved, DeRozan gets moved, and they're able to clear some of this up?
Okay. Well,
And I still didn't answer your question.
Oh, wow.
But
We talked for
I
a
want
long
you to react
time.
to that. I know. I want to talk about Kuminga's game, but I want more. Go ahead. What were you going to say? Prime Deuce right now.
I love when Deuce gets like this. This is my favorite kind of Deuce. He just cooks and doesn't stop. There's just so much there. And I came into today like light and happy. And 5 minutes into this, I'm already just like sweaty and frustrated.
Well, look,
And not frustrated, just like, you're right. I haven't really been talking about this because I think when people ask me, I just avoid the question. I'll see it when I see it. Let's just see what's going to happen. And then you start this conversation and you get to opportunity, which translates into minutes. And where we are right now with how this Kings roster is constructed, and let's say even whatever those tweaks were to complete this trade had to happen, most of the bodies that are still there are the ones that are going to be playing.
Yeah, but that's what it's going to be.
I know.
I mean, you're not moving Levine or Sabonis at this point. It's going to be too challenging to do.
Right.
You have to think a couple of years out.
And you're exactly right. So I guess, to be honest, that's why, going back to when you first asked me, like, what do you think about Jonathan Kuminga in all this? It's hard for me to get past that. It's hard. And I feel like a lot of people can. There's a lot of people talking about it. I mean, even the way that you're trying to talk about it, it just, the fantasy land of it doesn't woo me until I hear a little bit more. And that's why I guess we could talk more about his game.
Well, I think the risk to me is like, you're not gonna end up giving him $30 million a year. That was a number that was like talked about at one point, like 30. That's crazy, right?
I don't think there's any risk to.
Well, there's always some risk. It could completely fail, but like it's a calculated risk at that point. If let's just say you're paying him 18 to 20 million, to me that's like a pretty fair deal. And if it doesn't work out, you're like, oh well, like we move on.
100%. And he's young.
Yeah, he's 22 years old.
Right.
He's played 4 years in the NBA, and he's 6'8". When Jonathan Kuminga is like completely locked in, and we saw flashes last year where he was like taking over a game, scoring 30, and then defensively like playing some pretty good defense. But I think last year messed with him a lot, especially in that situation with Golden State. He gets hurt after playing the best basketball of his career. When he comes back, Jimmy Butler's there, and it completely alters the Warriors' course. Like they're playing a different style of ball. So Kuminga struggled with that adjustment. So I think you think about what the Kings need, having an athletic 6'8" dude, who can jump out the gym, who has the ability to guard a little bit, who can score. I'm taking that swing. It doesn't mean he's perfect. Like I saw enough Jonathan Kuminga tape to see some of the bad too, which is like, as a team defender, not always locked in.
Right. But you see where this roster is right now, and that's where I'm just like, yeah, sure, do it. Do whatever you got to do. Like I'm down for the journey, down for the ride. Yeah. But that's where I started with, was just not screwing with your future when it comes to the contract and the price.
Right. And the price would not be bad. And you're right. The age thing has to come into factor. I think Megan in the chat says, what problem does Kuminga even solve? I mean, I think it solves a couple of things, right? You have another guy that can score, but a guy with legit size who has shown the ability to be able to defend in this league, at least one-on-one on ball. I've seen enough from him. And he's still young. To me, that's moldable. I think you'd be excited about getting more opportunity in Sacramento if they were able to clear some other things up. And Sacramento needs youth, athleticism, and it's in a way, I'm not going to call it a full-on lottery ticket because a lottery ticket would be like, oh, he's going to turn into a franchise guy. Yeah. But like the bet you're making is he comes here, we establish some sort of culture, we empower him, we give him confidence, we believe in him. And he's like an all-star caliber guy in the future. People have said that about him in the past. It's not like a ridiculous statement. He's 22 years old. Those are the type of risk I think a team like Sacramento should be taking.
Well, it's low risk. It's there's no identity for this roster or this team right now. You know, and Scott Perry always brings up what he wants it to be. The 10 words that he says every single time.
Okay.
What is it?
It's just like 6 principles.
Oh, this is the 10
and to be honest, I don't remember all of them.
I know. Okay. I love that they call it the 10 words.
It's like, hey, play defense.
It's play the game right. That's what it is. Just
share the ball.
Put it into this. It's play the game the right way. And for Scott Perry, and I love that. That's the direction you want to go. Those are the principles you want to put out. Great. You don't really have the roster for all those principles.
So the question is, how do you establish a culture with a group that maybe doesn't check the boxes that you want?
Right. And that's why when I see the shiny new car, Jonathan Kuminga, I go, cool. Yeah, sure. Can you get it for a good price?
And that's where I think the Kings are looking at is like, okay, can they like reach like, all right, an understanding with Kuminga about the price, role, fit, all that stuff. And then the next thing would be, okay, what are you willing to give up to the Golden State Warriors for compensation? I think you got to be smart with it. Like if you're giving up like an unprotected first round pick, like no, like Golden State, sorry. And I know like Warriors fans push back on this is like, no, we hold the cards. I'm going to be honest. I don't think Kuminga holds the cards. I don't think the Warriors hold the cards. I think it's a bad situation. The Warriors should have traded Kuminga like 2-3 years ago. They should have just moved on because they had this core with Curry and Draymond and Clay at one point and Wiggins and added to that by using one of those young pieces. Now they're in a situation where they're like contemplating like an ant package and they're upset about it. It's like, okay, then sign them.
Yeah.
You know? And they know that's not the right thing either for them or for either side. So it's kind of a crappy situation. And you know, the Kings they can't just outright sign them anyway. So it's a wait and see. I do think it's a risk that I would take to go get someone like Jonathan Kuminga because of the things I mentioned with Keegan, athleticism. I just want to lean more into young guys. And that's probably my other big concern going into this year is that angle of, all right, the balancing of playing the younger guys versus
our
the
biggest
star
concern.
core. Yeah.
Our biggest concern.
Yeah.
Let's say our 6 principles or 10 words and like whatever of this. That is like my number one concern. Opportunity for the younger players or the players that you want to see develop here in Sacramento. The ones that you believe that this organization sees a possible future with. That's what I was going to ask you. I find it interesting because I haven't been going on as much and getting a whole bunch of opinions from people. Like I'll see clips here and there and I'm always just like, okay, just interested in what people have to say. But you saying that there's a lot of noise about people being like, no, don't take the risk on Kuminga. Why? I think Kingsland. Why? But why would that be the thing?
Well, I think people are afraid of maybe giving up assets if they were giving up a pick, like a first round pick. But I mean, I could see on the outside looking in
How
going,
come?
of course Kuminga would go to the Kings. A guy that's known for being a scorer first. Like,
Got it.
is he a winning player? All these questions. And he's going to go figure it out in Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see people's point on that. I can see that. And people don't know what he is because he's been so inconsistent. It's not just like the Warriors being inconsistent with his role. He's had consistency issues too. But I'm willing more to bet on that. And I think some people are just looking at it from like, what are the Kings trying to do long term? And what I think what's getting missed on this, because you even make that up, I hear you.
Yeah.
But like, what they're trying to do is get through this.
Yes.
And getting through this means like, all right, like maybe Levine, we get lucky and Levine opts out after next year, or maybe we're able to move him in the final year of his contract, or it's just got to kind of play out.
That is why, again, when we started this podcast, you asked me that question. That's literally what I want to say is, well, just let things play out the way it goes. Even if Jonathan Kuminga comes great. If he doesn't, okay. Like, I'm there because of the restrictions, the contracts, what the pieces are now, not even having an established culture, and you have a new GM and a new front office having to now figure out what they want. And so, yeah, that usually takes a little bit of time. Not anything anyone wants to hear, but sorry. I mean, that's just what happens when you get rid of people and you get new people.
But that's
where I am.
That should be one of the key phrases that we've heard over the years. It's going to take some time. Just got to be patient. The Kings fans are going, I rooted for this team for 41 years.
Well,
you asked me to be patient.
Just every 4 years, be patient.
Gavin in the chat says, the only thing with Kuminga that's good is he's only 22. It feels like he's been in the league for a while. I mean, I just don't think that's true. And look, there are things about his game that frustrate me. I wish he was a better rebounder. He's too athletic. He's got to be a better rebounder. The three-point shooting, not great. Is he a good three-point shooter? Can he develop into like a solid three-point shooter? That's a bit of a concern, right? I don't even think his free throw shooting is particularly good either. Let's see. Last year shot 66% at the free throw line.
Who sees the potential?
There are some red flags there for sure. But I do get sucked into the tape a little bit when I'm seeing him match up with Kevin Durant last year and like check him one-on-one and then school him on the other end. And you're seeing the flashes out there that it's jaw-dropping in some ways. Like the athleticism pops at his size. He's a big dude at 6'8". He can score it. If you give him the right role, if you empower him, give him confidence, but also hold him accountable too, as a guy that's probably going to get paid more, he's getting a big raise no matter what, then maybe you get the best version of Jonathan Kuminga.
And he can for sure go to shit too. Like if it does happen.
And if it does, he's a free agent. It's probably like a 3-year deal.
Right.
Like, and then he's gone. And it's whatever.
And it's like, where are you at right now, huh?
Yeah.
What are you doing right now? So,
now, if this was at like 30 plus million, we'd be having a far different conversation right now.
Correct.
Like, okay, is it even worth the financial risk? If it's like a reasonable contract, let's go.
Well, and that's what I kept the things I were reading. It had a lot to do with the money and that being put out there. And that to me was just like, oh, well, then no. On some of the prices that he's asking for.
But it doesn't, he's not going to get that.
Okay.
I think that's pretty fair. I guess my other question is, if the Kings landed him, maybe a question for the chat.
Okay.
Will you embrace the nickname that Warriors fans gave him last year?
I don't even want to, I don't want to know what it is because I already have a bad feeling.
What?
One, you were smirking like a little boy. And then I think about his last name and I'm like, nope. I don't even want you to say, what is it? No, I don't want to know.
The cum bucket. That's what Warriors fans call. I didn't know if we were embracing it. No? You don't want like merch? We don't do any merch or anything?
No. That's like, you literally looked like a little 8th grade boy about to like text something. Like you just text, cum bucket. Haha. Yeah. Come on.
It's so stupid.
Did they really call him?
It's a social media thing.
Okay.
It's not, I don't think it was embraced at games. Like no one was wearing like signs or bringing buckets to games. Like no.
Buckets. Next topic.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how the Kuminga thing plays out. If I was the Warriors, honestly, I'm just taking whatever package I can get. Otherwise, it's like he's gonna walk anyway. Like, why are we playing this? Why are we doing this song and dance? You're not invested in him anyway. He's not invested in you. Just move on.
Yeah.
And cut your losses. You missed. You took a guy in the lottery, and he ultimately didn't reach his full potential because of the situation you're in. And guess what? It's a good one. You've had a team that's been a contender, a team that's won a championship since then.
You say because of the situation you're in, but it is funny because every time I do think about him with the Kings situation, I take like logical meter goes off, and I'm like, wait. So what makes me think that I believe in Doug Christie empowering and having that confidence, but like it has to be a buy-in from everyone.
Yeah.
And if he all of a sudden wasn't doing what he needed to do and then wasn't playing and then went down the same dark hole, but then is getting I'm spiraling, right? So like what makes you believe like all of a sudden like this is the place to,
no.
to figure it out.
I am not. We're not playing that game with me anymore. Full on. We did this whole logic emotional thing on the members only stream. Like I have this like dial,
Sure,
whatever. And a lot of time, as you guys know, after games, emotion at a 10, win or lose, I'm emotional. I'm probably overreact to things at sometimes win or lose. I'm like, they figured it out. The Kings have I think at one point after they were getting Monk back, I said they had a core 4. What? And that featured Fox, Sabonis, Murray, and Monk. Okay. Well, guess what? It is July 27th, and Deuce is at full on logic.
Oh.
Okay, logic mode. It's at a 10. Okay, you probably don't want to give me that much credit. A 7. My emotions are. I am not thinking with my emotional hat on at the moment. No, hear me out. Hear me out. This team is weird. This team. I'm not going to sell you on the fact that, hey, dude, if they get Kuminga, dude, it's a home run. They found their star of the future. Kings are actually going to be better than we think. Now, could I be saying that on October 20th? Sure, but July 27th, Deuce Mason is not going there because my logic tells me this. Again, even if they get Kuminga, it's not about this year. It's about putting yourself in a position to have some better assets to at least show me that you're building something. And we talked to Scott Perry at Summer League. We've been watching this, we watched the Summer League and all that. And I get they want to like establish a culture. This is like a foundation. They want to be the most in shape team, most well-conditioned team in the league. There's so many things I like what I hear, but like, let's deal in reality at the moment.
Yep.
This team was flawed last year. And at the moment, it's pretty much the same team, except you add Dennis Schroeder, which to me is a good thing because you needed a point guard.
Sure.
And then beyond that, you've got a front court depth chart that I think is probably worse than last year with Eubanks and Saric and Isaac Jones.
Yeah.
And Isaac Jones might be the best out of those three.
Yeah.
And last year was Trey Lyles and Jonas Valanciunas. It's just changed a little bit, right? And you're in a West that's absolutely brutal. You have a new front office that has different viewpoints. And I think they look at what this situation is and they're realistic. Like, all right, how do we like find ways to establish a culture with what we have? And then how do we kind of get rid of some of the guys we don't want? Right now, I don't think many people want some of their guys, or at least they're not able to execute more trades. So it's like, okay, these are guaranteed contracts. This is what it is. With that said, I can't for the life of me understand the Russell Westbrook stuff. And this is another guy that we talked about like a month ago, but when the free agent rumors were percolating with Dennis Schroeder and Westbrook, and there was a moment it was like, oh, it's either going to be Westbrook or Schroeder. It's like, okay. Yeah. And then it was like they could get both. And me and you both immediately were like, both? Wait, why?
That was the exact thing that happened. Yes.
And today we sit here and go, both? Why? I'm not even an anti-Westbrook guy. You're not going to find me coming on and shitting on this guy. I think he's an easy target at times. He has an unbelievable resume. Players love him. I'm reminded of that Michael Redd tweet from a couple of months ago where he was talking about Westbrook and talking about how the media has it wrong a little bit. Don't let the media narratives about Westbrook fool you. Yes, he doesn't play the media game, but he does play the actual game with unmatched intensity every single night. I've been in those NBA battles. Russ brings an effort that's A1. Practice, games, offseason workouts, never takes plays off. The guy is a Hall of Famer for a reason. Does he always make the right play? No, but he's always trying to make a play. Big difference between that and the guys who don't put in the work or shrink in the big moments. So anyway, he's basically saying he deserves love. But it's not even that. I don't think, hey, you add Westbrook to this team. Could he help the team? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he could.
But you just say that. You say, could he help the team? But this is where it would hurt. Is the thing that we keep talking about. Taking away opportunity in minutes from these other guys that we need to play.
Yeah. And even when I hear this Westbrook stuff, this is why I'm even more convinced. It's like, okay, they're still interested in Kuminga. They talked to him last week. Mm-hmm. He's interested too, apparently. Or his options are just limited. And he's like, okay, maybe I'll just take the money. Either way, there's been some discussion between Kuminga and Sacramento. There's been so much smoke about Westbrook and Sacramento for a long time. We heard weeks before free agent from someone outside Sacramento. I was like, yeah, dude, he's really interested in Sacramento. Mm-hmm. But like, okay, so you add him to the team. What does he do well? Well, he's what Michael Redd just said. He's going to bring it every single day. He brings a certain level of effort. He's going to push the pace. He's going to get into the paint. He's going to make sure to make too. But you're also going to get a guy that's going to take shots. Last year, he took almost a dozen shots per game on the Nuggets, right? And he played minutes. He played almost 27 minutes a night. If you add Westbrook to this group that's already got Schroeder, Levine, DeMar, Sabonis, and then you even throw in Malik Monk at the moment. I can't imagine Malik Monk being here if that happened. Okay, even taking him away. How is Keon Ellis establishing any type of role within this Kings rotation of playing 20 to 25 minutes a night?
Right.
How is Keegan Murray getting the opportunity that we felt like he needed last year when you had another guy who will take shots and he'll take some that are going to irritate you so much? I have no doubt like Westbrook could be the good guy that helps you establish like the culture you want to play with.
100%.
You don't have a ton of young guys. That's the other conversation. Like Nick Clifford already kind of plays hard, right? Maxime Raynaud, the same thing. I understand that element of it, but it's not adding just Westbrook. This is not like when Zach Randolph came to Sacramento with a whole bunch of young guys. You're like, okay, like it's Zebo, good vet. That's good for a young group. This is not a young group. Yeah. So it makes me wonder just about all those things. I know I just talked for 7 minutes.
No.
It's layered.
No. It wasn't even about you talking for 7 minutes. I was just spiraling, thinking about it all. And like,
where do you want to pick it apart or ask me a question then?
Hey, you. Okay. Hey, Deuce Mason, over here. You got to pick on me.
Go ahead.
Oh, hey. Morgan Reagan, Deuce and Mo podcast. Yeah. So question, is there a world where Russell Westbrook's role completely changes because he doesn't have any other
options?
Thank you.
I mean,
thank you for helping me with my question.
So if he comes to Sacramento, he's the backup point guard to Dennis Schroeder.
Okay.
All right. How many minutes a night is it that? I mean, I think
15, 12. Oh, you're going.
He's playing 25 minutes a night. Guaranteed he's playing 25 minutes a night. And that's where I'm like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? And for Westbrook, I understand it. I mean, maybe he doesn't have that opportunity in any other spot right now. And he's probably going to get paid a little more than people want to know in Sacramento too.
Oh yeah,
you got a little bit of the Sacramento tax.
Yep.
Sacramento tax, even for Westbrook. Mm-hmm. So he's, I'm sure it'd be like a 1-year deal if he did it, but that's where I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like I go, forget the Westbrook thing. Okay. If you can get Kuminga, cool. You need to be in a situation this year. It would be nice if you could add some more size so you could shift Keegan to the 3. Like I like that idea. Mm-hmm. Scott has mentioned that numerous times, but I want to be in a situation where Keegan and Keon are getting opportunity. Hell, who would even talk about yet? Who would even talk about being affected by someone like Westbrook playing minutes for Sacramento if he was here? Nick Clifford.
Oh yeah.
This rookie that is old enough to play, who's shown the ability to like, okay, I think he can get some minutes in the NBA next year. Like, especially on this team, if you're a team in the West like Sacramento, that's just going to be kind of average. Like, can you lean into some of the youth?
And that's okay. Again, it just sounds too good to be true that they would actually go in that direction when you have veteran players like DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine with his contract. There's been so many times in Sacramento and just even in the NBA where I look at rosters and I'm like, God, does that team or the Kings have to play that guy? Do you have to play that guy so much? Do you have to start him because he has that contract? Do you have to start him because of his resume? And by the way, I'm not talking about like starting a rookie or anything instead over it, but like I'm just looking at opportunity and minutes and time. And I always just want these coaches to do what's right for the game, right? For the matchup, for maybe even the team in the season. But because it's a business, it's hard for people to do that. It's hard for organizations to do that, coaches to do that. And where it gets hard is the relationship between an organization and an agent, or people talking shit and just like then it getting spread like, well, then no one wants to come here. All these different, you have to work and massage every single angle, and it sucks. You don't just get to play who you want to play and coach basketball the right way anymore. But with this situation, I just feel like if Scott Perry and this team or this organization want to have an identity and go in a certain direction at some point, we keep talking about patience, but can't you start playing basketball the right way with who actually needs to play then?
Yeah, but I mean, again, it goes back to something we have hit on. So they want to be the most well-conditioned team in the NBA. Who doesn't want to be? The Kings are talking about doing things that like anyone. I don't think there's a basketball fan that'd be like, dude, I disagree with that. Wait, you want to have like a team that defends, have depth, share the basketball, and be the most well-conditioned team? I'm out. Like, of course, but how do you establish that? Like, you have to have buy-in from everybody. And the tough thing for Sacramento right now is like, yeah, you've got guys that have been around a little bit, but coming into camp in October, is DeMar DeRozan going, let's go? And maybe he's not here. That's another conversation. We never know. He could be traded before camp. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like LaVine, Sabonis, are these vets like bought into like, yeah, let's go? If they're bought in, fantastic. Then the young guys get bought in, and that's where you're establishing something. But like, there's also a school of thought that this Kings team, they're vets. They probably all wonder if what their future is in Sacramento. I mean, are they all completely happy? Are they feeling better after the end of last year? Do they have some time to get away and they're a little more optimistic? It all depends how they're feeling about the situation too. And because it'll be interesting to see what they want to sacrifice.
The situation that they didn't have control over was the coach that they did get excited about or were playing for, under Mike Brown, like. That is where they started. And that is what, and under Monty McNair and Wes Wilcox, like that is where they all started and were being loved by those people. And so when that change happens, I completely understand being like, well, do I have a future here? Like it's human to feel like that with any job. Like, well, what are we trying to do? And have all those different questions. But for me, in any job that I've ever had, and doesn't matter if it's like in a sport or just in an office, it's like I take a lot of pride in my shit, right? That's where. Oh, was there a note?
No, I was just looking at your name on the NBA free agent list. Are you available?
Wait, why?
I don't care how you feel. No. Approach things. I know
so
we would.
This is my whole point, though.
Just making a joke, really.
Oh, I thought you were saying like I don't give a shit what you. No. I am saying though, I wish that was the same mindset for some of these guys, where I just don't know if that's what it's going to be.
And they could be fine. But I'm just saying, like, dude, like it's just a different feeling when you're excited to go into work and like battle. Like, because you've probably been on bad teams in your life, whether it's basketball or teams in, the broadcast world. Yeah. Like, sometimes it can be challenging, you know what I mean? And maybe you're not like super excited about a situation.
Yeah.
And that could change things, Yeah,
you have to fight through in different ways.
So, I don't know. Westbrook, by the way, last year played 75 games with the Nuggets. He started a lot of games last year. He had really great playoff moments and he had some really bad playoff moments. And we always know with Westbrook, it's a mix. It's definitely a mixed bag. Like, you're just going to see him clink some. He's going to take a three. You're going, what are you doing? Except he always makes threes against the Kings.
Mm-hmm. But now
I bet you if you looked at his 3-point percentage against the Kings, it's higher than anybody, any other team he has faced in the league.
Isn't everyone's though?
Oh, good point.
Like, I mean, Paolo Banchero,
Yeah.
CJ.
Yeah, the Magic came to town as one of the worst 3-point shooting teams. Yeah.
And they're just like buckets.
Yeah.
Spiraling.
I do feel like, I don't know, you can check me on this, but was I getting pre-mad talking about things a little bit?
Oh, I don't think you were. I'm spiraling. I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I'm not mad, but I feel sick.
Why?
You
have no expectations.
You know what's funny?
Or low expectations. Why do you feel sick?
Very low, very low. But like, there's these moments of hope that come up of like, yeah, Summer League. Oh, the Rooks.
Oh, yeah.
So much fun. It gives you that little bit of hope, like, ooh, even though you know that they're rookies, but it's like for the future, for just having young players that people are actually talking, or young players, especially in Clifford, that people were talking about after Summer League. But when we start actually like breaking it down all logically, like we have today, it takes me back to like, oh yeah, like
it's gonna be a minute.
It's gonna be a minute, and all the things that we want to happen. Why can't they just bench this guy and then give this guy opportunities? That's just not how it works. I don't know why I keep trying to get hopeful for it. It's just not how it works. We haven't seen that anywhere in the league. You think it's gonna happen here? No. Sorry.
I mean, I'm already kind of, especially if this roster is kind of what it is. Let's just say there's a minor move here or there, but if it's kind of what it is, like the main pieces are still here. Yeah, I think we're going to have many moments going, like DeMar DeRozan is playing 37 minutes, and we're going to be like, at least early on. And maybe that changes by the deadline, and that's maybe the hope. But like, I just want to be in a situation. I think the key is this year, even if you come back with some of the same core again.
Yeah,
you want to try to establish that culture. I get it. All right. But like, DeMar's got to get comfortable with the idea of playing far fewer minutes. And in addition to that, maybe coming off the bench too, which that's probably extreme. It's like, I don't think it's an extreme thought. I just don't think it's dealing in reality.
Correct. It's not.
But like, it's so not. And the other thing that has to change structurally is we got to get Keegan more offensive opportunities. And some of that is on Keegan, no doubt about it. But some of it is like, he's got to get the rock, I think someone made this point, might've been me or someone, I don't know. I feel like, no, I mean, I feel like it's not like an original thought is what I should have said. Because I mean, everyone said this, last year, there was so much excitement about DeMar DeRozan. I was all in it. I was like, dude, like, I know, like, they didn't fix all their needs, but just DeMar over Harrison, like, they're just better. They're going to win 50 games if everyone's healthy. Wow, was I wrong? But the thing that often gets overlooked was, like, losing Harrison Barnes. Yes, DeMar DeRozan may be more talented, but Harrison Barnes' fit maybe was just better. It doesn't mean he wasn't flawed, but Harrison Barnes, if there's any criticism, well, there's many, but one of the criticisms would be sometimes he takes like 2 shots. Yeah. And it leads, he would share the ball. The ball would get moving. He could space the floor. He could knock down threes. So, not having a high volume guy probably fit better. And now we're sitting with Keegan Murray's extension looming going, all right, do we know like how good Keegan Murray is? I know what he is defensively. You see the flashes offensively, but then you just haven't seen enough growth, but the role has been so inconsistent too. It's so important to make sure his role is increased this year. I say the same thing for Keon Ellis, and I'm sure Keon's thinking like, I hope it is. I'm trying to get paid this offseason.
Yeah. I mean, and if he isn't getting the minutes that he needs, it's going to be tough. I mean,
well, it would cost him
that's
money.
What I'm saying. Like, that breaks my heart.
Yeah,
like that hurts because he is valuable. And when you are given, hey, show me what you got in 10 minutes. What?
Yeah,
like, let me cook. Let me do what I need to do in a game, get my flow. And if he doesn't get that opportunity, it's going to be tough. And it sucks because he has a lot to show out there.
Well, I think he's a winning player. And
I agree.
You know, that's been a point. I know you're not like paying attention to social media a lot, but you know, Warriors fans have been suggesting there's been some reporting that, hey, you know, the Warriors would actually be more interested in Keon Ellis. It's like, well,
No
yeah, no
shit.
shit, no shit. I mean,
Yeah.
literally every team in the league would want Keon Ellis. And you want to start everywhere, that's fine. But he's the type of player you want in today's game,
On
right?
your roster.
Deflections, steals, he could defend, he can hit threes. That's huge. He's an athletic dude. Like, he's just a really good player. He has his flaws, right? Bigger guards give him a problem. Like, people are like, well, Brunson gets him. I'm like, well, yeah, Jalen Brunson gets a lot of people. Breaking news, he's a damn good player. But Keon is able to guard really well and hits threes. Like, he has a spot in this league. He's someone that you want to keep around, in my opinion, long term. Like, why would you not want that type of guy? So I wish the Kings were in a spot with their roster, how it's constructed at the moment, to lean more into just playing the young guys. Like, I'm not saying I'd want a full-on youth movement, like fine having some veterans.
Yeah.
But God, I would not be mad if we were watching this year. Dude, Isaac's playing more minutes. And Keegan's getting, you know, 16 shots a game. And
I know. Dude.
Neek's playing.
That would be great.
So
That would be, and like, that's where I just go, that sounds cool,
Yeah.
but it's not going to happen. Not with it. And I say, and then I try to keep telling myself too, like, it's not going to happen with how the roster is constructed. How much do you actually see it being deconstructed? You know, going into training camp even. No.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only I don't know, who knows. There's a point that, like, if you're getting Kuminga, there has to be another deal that you are close to doing, whether it's like DeMar, Monk, something. Like, it just doesn't all fit. And it's probably, you know, if you're DeMar, you're going, wait, you're bringing Kuminga in? Where is he? Is he coming off the bench? Whose spot is he taking? So it's very complicated in Sacramento, and it's just, that's where it's at, you know. And I think part of the pain is people who have watched this team for so long is like, you had, I mean, really, not looking back, you're like, you had that 1 year. You had that 1 year. I mean, the second year had bumps, you know, you had injuries, but you still won 46 games. But you had this team that was fun, entertaining to watch. They got to the playoffs, and you felt like, oh man, if you just make a couple of subtle tweaks here, you can be competitive here for the next 5 years, and we could have some fun games. And it just got ripped away so fast. And the and like, you're going, we're kind of stuck right now, and it feels like you're just kind of floating, and you just want something to hit. And that's where I'm watching Summer League, and I get irrational. After the first game, I'm seeing Neek Clifford, and I'm like, dude, what if this could be the Kings finally get luck? They get the steal of the draft, they get an all-star. You know, you see some of his passing, the three-point shooting, that turnaround jumper. I get sucked in so hard. I get so excited.
I know. It's okay.
Even Maxime Reno, after that first game, he starts like 13 points in the first half of the first Summer League game. And I'm like, dude, he's hitting threes, putting the ball on the floor, dunking the ball, communicating nonstop. I love this guy. And then I'm talking to a friend at Summer League later in the night, and he's asking me about King stuff. And I bring up Maxime Reno, and my logic went back up.
Yep.
And I said, he did that against Kyler Kelly.
There you go.
Who I called one of his G League games last year. Okay, he's like a borderline NBA guy.
Yep.
I don't know, but
Put that logic meter back up.
There is enough excitement about the two draft
And
picks,
that's fine.
which I think, if there's one great thing about this offseason, it's that there's some slight hope with the young players you got.
And by the way, I'm pretty sure a lot of us Kings community are the same way. You give us any little glimmer of hope, we'll fucking take it.
Please.
Like, we'll take it. Please. And with that, and having a good draft, or, you know, from just what it seems so far, it's like, love it. Love being happy about something. But then when we talk about everything else in reality, and I start to spiral, it's real. It's real. And I told myself, just like how you have been talking about since the beginning of the offseason, We're not going to get pre-mad about things. And so then right now, like even like I lift my arms, I take deep breaths, like I'm trying, and I'm like, what am I going to need next year? Like we're going to have to do, I have a feeling there's going to be some post-game pods that like I need to make up like a happy song or something.
I'm literally spending this next week brainstorming ideas for the podcast so I don't lose my mind if it's a tough year.
I'm gonna figure out how to do like I'm gonna make up some happy song so then like in those moments we belt it. We just belt it and we let it out and you can sing at home and we all let it out together and then we like come back and analyze and break down the game and what went wrong.
I brought this up to Kenny the other day when I was on with him.
Yeah.
And he was just asking me about the Kings. My basketball utopia view of Sacramento, if like everything went perfect in the way I see it going perfect, okay? Emotionally.
No, I get it for you. Yep.
You can sit here, and this is probably something I'm going to say the day before the season, and I'm going to remember this, okay? July 27th. I may say this before the season. Remember it and hold me accountable. I'm probably going to get to October 20th, whatever the season is, and have this thought. Hey, man, last year, you had the De'Aaron Fox drama hanging around, the contract extensions, Draymond pod. Eventually, you trade the guy. Oh, by the way, right before that, you fire Mike Brown. It's over. It's done. It's over. You have your coaching staff. Doug Christie with a staff he loves, that he's really connected with, really vibing with Mike Woodson. Mike Miller has been like a great asset. Perfect. You get to set the tone at the start of camp. You've had the offseason to decompress. Scott's been able to meet with DeMar and the vets and get everybody on the same page. You're playing a style that will just be better. Dennis Schroeder comes in when you didn't have a point guard last year, right? He's playing with pace. He's getting you into your offense. He's picking up guys 94 feet. Isaac Jones is playing well off the bench. You're getting Keegan more shots. Your rookies give you something. Why can't you be just as good, if not slightly better than next year? That would be the basketball utopia thing in the perfect world. And as I was saying it, I was starting to believe it. That's my emotion thing kept going up, up, up. I don't want to believe that. So hold me accountable if I say that right before the season.
And I feel like, there's a different little light over you when you just said it again. Take it back. Like, no.
But like, I think I do this every year. You know what I do? When they won 46 games, my thing went, look, dude, last year you had the Monk thing that went down. You know, Herter's coming back from the injury. His role was weird. You add DeMar DeRozan, you're just going to be better. And I don't want to play the you're just going to be better game when you look at this team. I want to just go into it with this season is going to be weird. Weird. It's a mismatched team with some guys who could be gone soon, some that you could be stuck with, whatever. It's a hodgepodge group, and
weird.
I hate having to be patient.
Weird. Yeah. I think that's the best word to describe what's going to be. And weird can be super awesome.
Yeah, right,
Shut
Bo?
up, Bo. So, yeah, wherever weird goes, like, down for the ride.
Yeah. Down for the ride.
Whoa!
My neck's broke.
I'm throwing up. I love that you went to neck breaking. Like, I just went to throw up.
I was thinking of whiplash of like the good and the bad.
I went to like vomit man.
J Mock in the chat says, looks like the Kings have a draft that was, or a team that's a fantasy auto draft. So true.
That's actually really funny.
We'll get to more comments. I want some of your questions as well. We got some more King stuff that I'm sure we can bring up and talk about. We got to mention that our podcast still presented by our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery.
They're the best. They're a family-owned business, and they're all Kings fans. We love them all. They're the sweetest. And they have a new tasting room that is opening up this month. Oh, wait, is it August yet? No. in August.
Almost.
It's like almost August. In August. And it's in the Fairfield area. And you have to check it out. It is stunning. And if you don't check it out and you're like, well, I really want this wine that you keep talking about, go to sentivovineyards.com.
Also presented by our friends over at
Medic Ambulance. We're thrilled to team up with Medic Ambulance, the trusted name in emergency medical services across Northern California. From life-saving responses to being the team behind the scenes at your favorite events, Medic is there to serve. When seconds matter, trust the professionals setting the standard in patient care. Medic is the official emergency medical response partner of Sac Republic and Sac State Athletics. Learn more at medicambulance.net.
Also appreciate you guys supporting us during the off season. The biggest thing you could do in the live crowd, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Let us know if you have some questions too. I was looking at the West because this is the other thing you have to factor in with Sacramento, right? It's like they are the classic team that feels like good enough not to be bad, but not good enough to do anything. They kind of in that middle,
Correct.
right? With the talent level. Which I know that irritates some fans. They won 40 games last year. You're looking at the other teams in the West and go, who got better? I'm going to start at the bottom.
Okay.
Utah did not get better. Okay?
Fair.
New Orleans, different. Are they better? Jordan Poole, I feel like they're like the same. Okay, maybe they win a few more games. They're not.
Okay.
Are they figuring it out?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. San Antonio, better.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be better. I mean, you get Dylan Harper, you got De'Aaron Fox, a full season. Victor, what's he look like? The guy was doing martial arts and shit, shaved his head. He's a freak. They're going to be way better.
All the above.
Okay. They won 34 games. Do you think they make a jump this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even if it's not like the craziest jump, but yes, they're going to be better.
Joseph in the chat says, hey, well, if Zion plays, New Orleans might be good. Something that's been said every year since he entered the league. Unfortunately, I want him to play well. He's one of the more entertaining guys to watch in the league, but I can't count on that. All right. So we said San Antonio is going to be better. Portland, going to be better.
Yeah.
I kind of like their team. Like they had Drew Holiday, Dame's back, but not playing this year. Young Hansen, dude. When people were making Jokic comps during the draft, I wanted to lose my mind on them because I hate putting that type of label and pressure on someone. It's like,
especially when it's still like
Jokic is like one of the best players to ever play the game, generational. Can we not say that? But then you watch this guy and you're like, maybe you can.
No, don't say. But like he has
there's upside
the field. There's upside.
Dude,
there's absolute upside.
Tamani Kamara, super fun. You add Drew Holiday to the mix. Like they're gonna be competitive, and they won with the team they had last year, 36 games.
So better.
Okay. The Suns.
Oh my God.
I
so
don't know.
Yeah. What is the
Jalen
roster
Green,
right now?
Devin Booker. You had the draft picks, so you have some more size and athleticism. But I don't they're a kind of strange team. Dylan Brooks is on that team too, right? Yeah, Dylan Brooks. Their projected starting lineup is Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Royce O'Neal, Dylan Brooks, and Mark Williams. Forgot they got him from the Hornets. So, I don't know. They're going to be way different, but I can't be like, dude, they're going to be better for sure. They won 36 games. Okay, Dallas. You got Cooper Flagg, D'Angelo Russell. Kyrie's going to be out. You still have AD.
Mm-hmm.
You've got all that length on that team too. I don't know. They can be pretty fun. I guess it really it depends on how impactful Cooper Flagg is.
And if we said better for them, I mean, they obviously were struggling with injuries all throughout last
Luka
year.
Trade.
So let's just say they're healthy and they keep this same team.
We're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, not
no, and
anyone else.
That's why it's kind of
the exercise I'm doing though is even if worst case they're around Kingsland, maybe play-in situation.
Fair.
I'm guessing
Let's
they're going to be in the mix. Okay. Memphis, weird. Okay. You get to Golden State. Golden State was really good with that group last year. What's it look like this year? The Clippers, I think they're better. Clippers are better. They get Bradley Beal. They had John Collins, athletic.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything hinges on Kawhi and James Harden. I get that. But on paper, they look pretty damn good. They took a step. Denver looks like they got better, right? You add Cam Johnson, you get Bruce Brown back, you add Tim Hardaway Jr. It's different. They were really good last year. They're going to be in the mix. We know Houston's going to be awesome with KD and all the moves they made, OKC. point is, where the Kings fit into all this? You know what I'm saying?
And like, there's so many moves. Even with the Clippers, I was like, wait, am I remembering that right? Even Chris Paul being back there, it's just something. It's just depth. It's veteran depth, whatever. But it's just like,
but they also got Brook Lopez too. The Clippers,
yeah. A lot of moving parts. It feels like during free agency and obviously this offseason.
I didn't even mention the Lakers.
And you didn't even mention the Lakers.
They got DeAndre Ayton.
Uh-huh.
They had Marcus Smart. Luka is in shape. That's what the videos are saying this offseason.
Cool.
Yeah, is it AI? I don't know.
Stop.
He looks like he's in great shape.
But is LeBron going to be there, or why is he on a boat with Jokic's agent?
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know.
I mean, I guess all these people,
they're all
basketball
connected.
world. Yeah.
But I'm looking at the game. I don't know. Like, it's going to be tough.
Well, I think that was my point. I was kind of going to with all the moving parts and different pieces. There's teams where sometimes it's, again, when we were looking at the Sacramento Kings beginning of last year, and it was like DeMar DeRozan, this moving part for the Kings, and what's that going to mean for them? It didn't go in the direction that they wanted it to go. And my point to that being, with some of these rosters, I'm curious if some of these changes, there's just that piece that doesn't fit or doesn't make it work that in the direction that they want to go. And sure, like, there can be those mistakes in mid teams that also are in this Western Conference, but yeah, it's kind of where I feel like the Kings are as well.
Yeah.
And if anything, a lot of these teams still seem better in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they do. And that's where you're in a tough spot, and you have all these contracts. So I feel like that's where we're at in the offseason until anything else changes. Even if there's change.
This was an awful update.
Was it?
Yeah. It didn't. I don't know why. It didn't make me feel good.
Well, again, we're not here to make people feel good. I'm here to just express.
I'm not here to. It's not about making me feel good or making people feel good.
Yeah.
But I usually even have more fun talking about some of it, like not even just where it's like false hope, and just it's all emotions, but reality. It's just like, man. Yeah. Mid is not it's just not a fun place to be.
Well, the cool thing about low expectations is if they exceed expectations, it's going to be really fun. Like if there's some surprise,
I like that. Okay.
I'll say this.
Okay. My happy meter's going up.
If you would have asked me in May, I don't know if I'm feeling the same way. It's weird that a couple of draft picks can make you feel slightly better about just the situation as a whole. Because before you're like, all right, your young guys are Keegan, Devin Carter, and Keon Ellis. I guess Isaac Jones in there too. You know what I mean? And now at least you were able to get into the first round, a trade that I thought was a cool one. Like you didn't have a pick.
I agree.
And you have to sacrifice a ton to get into the first round. And you get a player that looks like, okay, he should be an NBA player. Like how good? What's his ceiling? I don't know. But I think he's one of those safe bet guys where, wait, you have vision, you could set up your teammates, you can knock down shots, and you defend. You got decent size. Like you're a player that will live in the NBA. And
what that did to me now, these are the moments that I need to find for myself, because this actually does help me make me feel better when I'm down. Is that is Scott Perry and his front office that made all of that happen. And that's where I think sometimes we need to take a step back too and just go like, yeah, we haven't seen what they've really done yet. I think we're still so fresh off of the last front office, and not to say it just was like all shit over the years. Like there was a lot of good, but just what this team was left with now, the new front office having to pick up the pieces and then already showing a little bit of hope in the offseason. Cool. I'll take it.
Donald says it well too.
What?
We're at the point now where we just need to see it to believe it, and that's something we brought up so many times. Like over the years, especially, in Sacramento, where there's not been a ton of success in its history, like we've seen high lottery picks before. Like
Yeah.
I even think if the Kings got like a top 5 pick in the draft, like there's some fans would be excited, of course, but there'd also be some like, oh, well, we've been here many times.
Yeah.
You got to draft the right guy. You just got to see it. And that's part of it. It's like when you've had so many coaches, when you have so many GMs, when you have so many missed lottery picks, and you've had so many times of disappointment, your fans are going to be like, okay, just let me know when it's good again.
Okay. Remember when I used to be like a wait and see person? You always got mad at me. Someone else can say that.
He's not saying you're saying be patient.
No, I used to but
His whole point wasn't wait and see. It's like we have to see it to believe it. Like
Yeah.
all this talk just doesn't matter.
yeah, that's literally what I've been saying this year specifically. But even in past years, I've said, well, I guess we'll wait and see. Well, I guess we'll wait and see. And you used to be like,
Well,
wait
I mean,
and see.
I think that's just a different statement.
Okay.
I mean, yours is you don't ever want to take a stance on how good a team may be. You're like, well, we just got to see it play out. And that's different than what we're talking about.
I don't like the face you made. Wow.
But that's the face you make when you say it.
Really?
Just got to wait and see how it plays out. I don't know. It could be good, may not be. Yeah.
Whatever. Either way, just we'll wait and see.
Yeah. And enjoy the ride. Because that's all you can do. I mean, the reality, too, is like, it's sports. Shit can change fast. And you just hope one of these times it's Sacramento that is on the right end of getting some good luck, that they, draft someone that turns out to be awesome when no one saw it coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just some sort of good luck. This fan base definitely deserves it. And it would feel really good. But until then, you just hope people buy in and you just like have some fun. Like that's the thing with Kings fans. And because of the lack of success that they've seen over the years, I do think expectations are pretty low. The expectations are, can you guys go out there and play fun, play hard, and like be entertaining and be in games? And if you do that, we can like live with like the build. It's just the lasting image that some were left with is what we saw at the end of last season, just throughout the season. And specifically in that play-in game against Dallas, where you're just like, that is not acceptable. Like that's not that's not who we want to be. And so you're right. You've got a new vision here with Scott Perry.
Yep.
And all the things he talks about, you're like, yeah, I'm down with that.
Cool.
And you have to just see how it plays out.
See it to believe it. See it to believe it. I love it. I can live in that space.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather live in like the other space.
Oh, yeah.
Winning up there. But that's where it is. And you're exactly right. And I am just going to have fun and enjoy this journey.
Oh, it's basketball. And I love basketball.
And it can't be as bad as the season with 2 9-game losing streaks. It just can't be as bad. It won't be.
No. Kings fans are built for anything. They've seen it. The only thing going forward, and I said it the first season, they were good.
Yeah.
So many times that people made fun of me for it. This is why you enjoy those moments. Because you don't know how long it lasts. And it lasted
So quick.
It was so quick. So quick. And
Want more.
that season was magical, And the longer you get away from that, if you don't turn this around in the next, whatever, how many years, we're going to be looking back at the 2023 team and talking about them like they won a championship, Like, it's like, dude, that team was magical. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Malik Monk's at the game tonight.
Standards get low.
Yeah, it's
for real. No, and I think sometimes people.
De'Aaron Fox is the head coach now.
I know there's people around the league that like will make fun of that and joke about that, but it's like you can't act like you've been there if you haven't been there.
Yeah.
So wherever you do get, and that's what you hang on to because it felt so good, then you're going to hang on to that and you hope that each time there's a new front office, different standards, different hope, different flow. You can only hope that goes up.
It's going to go up at one point, okay?
And
it's going to stay there for a minute. And we're going to look back and be like, oh, this feels so good. Until then, all we can do is talk about a fun game, laugh so we don't cry, and just enjoy the ride. And maybe there's an unexpected surprise. I think the beauty of right before the season is there is that excitement. I joked earlier about how the fact that my emotions go up to another level, right before the season, I start to believe. But that's part of the fun. When you have a little bit of belief and you just wonder in the back of your head, maybe everything goes right. That is, as a fan, such a fun feeling to have. The worst feeling is going into a season going, everything sucks, blah, blah, blah. And so I know I won't be there.
Can I make my one Valkyries comparison of the podcast, since I'm going to probably do that now forever?
V's up. As some may know, Deuce Mason doing a package of games, play-by-play on the radio for the Golden State Valkyries.
So now we both throw our V's up. So with the Valkyries,
getting that Joe Lacob money.
That's kind of the way that we came into the season, was because even before Deuce was doing play-by-play on the radio, Deuce was just so intrigued with the Valkyries, and we were prepping for every single game, just even for me. But coming into the season, the expectations were low. It's an expansion team. The players are a whole bunch of players that are taken from other teams. No star players, whatever. They have blown people away. And even in losses, you are seeing this crowd of people with some standing ovations. Why? Because the product on the floor and what these players are giving every single night is just like pure joy. It's pure effort. It's everything you could want as a basketball fan at times.
I do agree, but they do have the benefit of having a fan base that is like so excited to have an expansion team, and like the vibes are so good right now because the expectations are low. But the fans I think the fans connect with the team even more because of the style of play. But like,
for sure,
there's also like, man, we thought we were going to win 5 games this year and we're like in the playoff mix. So there's some excitement with that there. But to your point, having a team that doesn't have all these stars, but just plays the right way in games is like really fun. And that's where I think some fans kind of want to go with this Kings team, is like, if you lean into we may lose some talent. Like on paper, but we could have guys that are better fits. You're telling me if you're watching a game and Isaac Jones is playing like, 25 minutes, blocking shots and, playing well, like
diving on loose balls.
Well, here's legit excitement, logic, maybe slight emotion, but a lot of logic here.
All right.
I'm really bullish on Isaac Jones's future. In the summer league, he was flying around like crazy. And I was like, wait. I didn't see this type of energy from him last year. You know what I mean? We saw spurts of some of the good, but I'm like, I don't know. And then you're watching him fly around everywhere. Apparently, he had a deviated septum. And so he hasn't been able to breathe properly for however long.
Yeah.
He got that handled. And so he's like condition-wise in great shape. And I go, I want to see him flying around. I want to see Keegan. I'm like, oh my God. I want to see Keegan Murray have a game where he takes 23 shots in a game. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see these type of moments where we're seeing the ball movement, the sacrifice. It's something I said at the end of the last season when I legit was getting excited about minutes that featured Keon Ellis, Keegan Murray, and Jake LaRavia. It's like, that team, are they the most talented group trio ever? No. But you know what they do? They play so the right way, and they make winning plays all the time. That's, to me, how you build a foundation for a culture. Is having those guys that are willing to do those things out there, no matter the age.
And that was my whole point to, again, just even comparing anything to what I want to see, what I'm seeing from a Golden State Valkyries team. And that's just playing basketball the right way and everyone leaving it all out on the floor. Because these players, the Sacramento Kings, are in a market where you have a fan base that is so goddamn loyal. You do that shit, you're going to have people craving more and not expecting just these wins from it, but excited that there's hope that there could be wins from what is happening on the floor. Hope.
Yeah. And maybe you have to wait till February and that starts to happen.
Maybe.
And that's where the big P word comes in.
I just can't imagine like a different fan base, especially like an East Coast fan base, Knicks, New York, Boston, whatever, like hearing us talk like this and being like, what the fuck? Like their standards are so low.
Oh, yeah.
But
well, you have to
It's not apples for apples is my point.
No, I mean, I don't even think it's like, I don't think it's, I don't, maybe it's not fair to say like we have low expectations in general. I think we appreciate good moments because we don't get a lot of them.
There you go.
So it's just
Okay.
like you kind of savor it. I think Kings fans want to be in a world where every year you go, it's going to be, it needs to be a championship year. But Kings fans are also like,
Realistic.
yeah, we're kind of realistic. We know it's not going to go perfect, even if you are slightly optimistic. So, I don't know if it is low expectations as much as like,
That's
hey,
fair.
I think there's just like, we don't get to see a lot of this, so we appreciate the good stuff.
Yeah. It's
And-
like not taking it for granted
Yeah.
because you don't get to see that all the time. And when you do, it's really special.
Yeah, it is. I hope this wasn't too down today.
I think we were this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Like just up and down.
Yeah.
This was a lot for me. I realized like I needed this for me because actually talking about it out loud, because I haven't, like I said, every time I see stuff, I'll listen, but I just don't even I don't even feel like I've been talking to you much about it.
I'll be honest. I shouldn't say I'm not on social media. I definitely like checking out social media, but I've gotten to the point, it's just like everyone has something, you know? It's just like, it's like the most random verified accounts saying sources say the Kings could give up Keon Ellis and, and it's just like, then people are like engaging with it like crazy when there's nothing to it. There's like zero credibility. You're just like, why am I wasting energy on this? And that's the other thing, we've done for the last few years is like during the off season, we scale back the podcasting, not because like, hey, we want to be lazy. It's just, I am not a believer. I know you're not either of like, just doing content to do content. Like the people who like grind out podcasts, like I admire so much. Like I just mentally can't do. That's one thing I'm not capable of. I don't believe in it either. And it's not take a shot because I know like Matt George does a great job. Like Matt George, some of the stuff he has to like come up with, and I've told him this. Like hell no, I could not do it. But that's part of that's what Locked On does, right? I think for us, it's like no, like let's have some podcasts throughout. If there's a big piece of breaking news,
absolutely,
you do a podcast, you have some awesome conversations, maybe with player, hopefully you get someone in studio again, like we do like every offseason now. But other than that, it's like I don't love forcing it, and so like staying out of that conversation a little bit. I see it, but I haven't given it as much energy anymore.
Wow, good for you. Yeah. It's been kind of nice, and especially in a year like this. And I say a year like this because I've enjoyed Summer League. I've enjoyed a lot of the NBA stuff that we've been talking about, with free agency, draft, like so much movement around the league. Like it's been fun. And then I think now as I get closer to August, I was just really being logical about certain things and feeling certain ways.
In the chat, all basketball fans love to speculate. It's stimulating. No, it's not about like fan speculation. I mean, that's part of what, discourse is as a fan. Like you're in group chats, you're in Discords, you're online talking to your friends. I'm saying like it's the people out there that are like, Joe Random in NBA Insider featured in Forbes, Bleacher Report, ESPN, radio, and like the most random thing. You're like, okay. And look, go ahead and do your thing and grind and try to get to the next level. But like, also these people aren't plugged in and they put random shit out there. Then people fall for this trip going, can you believe the Kings are thinking about this? I'm like, are they? Like, do we even know who this person is that's reporting this? Why are we wasting so much time on it?
Yeah. No, it's, and that's why, I mean, a lot of times I'll wait until someone I trust drops something and I'm like, okay, now I'll talk about it. Now I'll go with it. It's, people are behind the scenes chatting it up. I am curious.
All right. Last thing I want to ask you, July 27th.
Yeah. Oh.
Over under.
I love it. I just knew it was going to go to something like this.
Over under.
What?
34.5 wins for the Kings.
You're making me do that on July 27th?
Yeah, just a little temperature check. I'm not going to hold it. I'll ask you before the season. Under. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think that's even negative.
No.
I'm just like, yeah, right.
I actually think it's a really good number.
That I went.
I just think 34.5 is a good number.
Sure.
It does make me think. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably lean over.
Good.
But it's not great either. You just need 35 to be over, you know?
Oh my God. July 27th. Yeah. Yep. Hopefully just I don't know. Even the next time that we come on, like whether it's next week or whenever, I'm just thinking we're not going to just come on if everything's kind of staying the same.
Oh, no. We'll have to, we'll come up with something good.
But yeah, I want change. I feel like everything becomes dead in August too. So like if it doesn't happen, what?
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is there's something where Dario Saric can't get traded until September. And if you're Kuminga, you can just kind of take your time on this too. And it's interesting because he's holding up some things for the Warriors right now because they want to sign Horford and Melton. Everything points to the fact that those two are going to Golden State, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. How long does this go? It's kind of unprecedented. It's crazy.
September 1st, we'll be ready to talk about it.
Yes, we will. If you have any thoughts after this, the biggest thing you could do is drop comments on our YouTube page. We engage on there. You could also email us anytime, deuceandmo@gmail.com. Final thoughts?
Today's Sunday, July 27th. It's beautiful in Sacramento. And I'm excited for this journey.
Oh, I am too.
I'm just excited. I love the start of basketball season every season. Like that's the thing. I've never gone into a Kings season where I'm just like, oh, great. You know, where you're just like, shit,
Oh, no.
it's basketball season.
No. You will never catch me going, oh my God, the NBA's here. This sucks.
Yeah. I'm definitely confused. Like, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with this team kind of vibe, but doesn't mean that I'm not going to be stoked as it gets closer and closer.
Oh, I'm going to be very excited.
It's
and I'll be
just what I
excited
do.
for the first Kings preseason game, first Kings game. And I mean, I would think for us, like, we're going to have fun doing the podcast. Like, I'm not going to spend my time going on after games and being like mad every game. No matter the result. Like, no. Like, this, at the end of the day, we get to talk about basketball all the time, and that's fun. And like you said, we did a season. I've said this many times. Someone probably has this on their like Deuce and Mo fucking bingo card right now. There was a season in which there were 2 9-game losing streaks where we went live after every game. And honestly, some of those were the best pods. It was so fun, right? Because it was like we were laughing about rotations and like talking to random people. Like, yeah, you have to find the good and the bad sometimes.
Yep. Yeah. So that was my final thought.
All
You
right.
took over.
Yeah, I did, like usual.
Uh-huh.
All right.
At least you're consistent.
We love you guys, but we got to go.
Thanks for being here on a Sunday. See ya.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.